Welcome to Genealogy, Introduction to Researching Your Family Tree. I'm Trainer Laurie. What is genealogy? Well, it's researching your family tree to find out where you came from. It is a fun and lifelong hobby, and if you've never done it before, we'll give you some tips on how to get started. Why collect family information? Well, to remember the past. It's fun. It really is a lot of fun. I've been doing it for a long time. Sometimes you're just curious, where did I come from? And it also helps with the future, so your children and your children's children can know as well. I started 30 plus years ago because there were two people in my family that were rock stars, essentially. They were heroes, and everybody would talk about them, and I grew up knowing about them, and I wanted to know more. And one was Colonel Hans Christian Heg, and he came from Norway, and the other was W. W. Boynton, or William Warren Boynton. He was the architect of the Chicago Water Tower. And just knowing these people and not really knowing anything about them, it made me more curious. When you start collecting family data, it could be anything. You're going to start by talking to people and collecting things like letters, any kind of certificate that you might have, announcements, marriage announcements, birth announcements, letters, photos. The more information that you have now, the better. And it's time to start organizing it. You want to organize it into files, and there's lots of ways to do that, and you can find lots of great training on how to do that online. Forms, there's all different kinds of forms for different censuses and things, so that you, and of course for your family itself, the family research, you want to start collecting and putting it into forms. You want to think about what it is you need and what you're looking for, and if you have the ability to start working on the computer and putting it all on the computer, great. There was no such thing when I started, and I think I'm better because I have the paper files as well. Here's a very important rule. When you start digging up the past, it may involve digging up some dirt. No family is immune. You're going to find out things that you didn't think are possible. For example, you might find out that great-grandparents never got married, or you might find out that there was a child born out of wedlock, or things like that. Don't worry about it. It happens to the very best of families. Don't be squeamish about what you can find. The first thing I want to do is start collecting information from other people, the elders of the family that may have the information. For example, you'll want to start interviewing grandmothers and great aunts and people that might have been the collector of information. You want to find calendars, like birthday calendars, that list when people's birthdays are, and old Bibles where people used to write down when someone was born. We'll be talking about these forms, and you can get them from Ancestry.com, or you can get them from other sources, family history libraries. So start searching for clues. For example, if you have something like this is a memorial card from somebody's funeral, and you can see so much information from it. You can see their name, and the fact that he's a senior tells me that there is probably a junior. Tells me when he was born, when he died. That's what entered into rest means. It says when his services were, and somebody had written in here that Bertha died at 7:15 on January 10th. So now I know that there's probably a Bertha. It was probably his wife, and it also tells me where his final resting place is, or where the cemetery is, so you can always get more information from that. Start with your record keeper when you're going to start interviewing the family, the person that always keeps track of things like this. If you can record it, it's a great family project if you can get your kids involved in video recording. And verify the information if possible, especially as they get older. Some things might become a little fuzzy, so you might want to verify some of the information, but it's always a good place to start with a family interview. Make copies of all your data, whatever you can get, and these are digital copies. In other words, scan them so that you have them in the computer, and it's a good idea to save them in some structured format. So before you start doing all this, you might want to look into more training on how to make digital copies and what some good naming conventions are. Verify data. Just because it was written in a letter doesn't mean it's accurate, but it is a good place to start. And always, this is one thing I wish I had done when I first started, document the sources. Where did this information come from? Make sure you keep that information even in the digital file in what we call metadata. And this is after data, or data that you put in about the data itself. And just because it's on a headstone doesn't mean that it's accurate. It's especially if the headstone was made years after the person died. Somebody might have just been trying to remember it. But it's a good source of information, but it may not be exactly right. There's also wonderful books on the history of towns, and you can find maybe information. And now with the internet, it's so easy to do searches for names. There's news articles, websites, lots of information about history that you might find. Now, more official sources would be birth, marriage, and death certificates. Again, they're not always correct, but it's closer, and usually the best source of information that we can have. You can find census information. Every 10 years a census was taken, starting in 1790. However, some of them don't have very much information because of wars and things, but it's amazing what you can find. Remember, document everything. Keep track of what you're finding. And look for hidden clues, because sometimes we just look for dates and then we forget that there's other good information on those documents. And don't trust all the data. Verify. Just because it says that they were born in a family on a census doesn't mean they were actually born in that family. I have one that was raised by his aunt, and it can be very confusing in some documents, and it takes a little more research, but it is so much fun. Don't hesitate to start doing it. Don't gloat when you find somebody important, because we're all related to famous people. These are some of my famous ancestors. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.